Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video on the VikingGnomeAnime channel. In this video we are going to be reviewing episode 1 of Level 1 Demon Lord and One Room Hero. This is a brand new anime for the summer 2023 season. It is a comedy-esque show. I suppose comedy is the main selling point here. It is also on High Dive, so one of the High Dive exclusives for this season. So yeah, let's talk about the show. So when you look at this show, you'll likely think, okay, is this really going to be good? Is this really going to be watchable? As the synopsis is kind of unique, and the art style as well is like very sort of special, old school. You don't really see this art style ever anymore in modern anime. It's definitely like a reminiscent part of the past. So that is definitely something that might put you off from watching the anime. But the first episode, it wasn't too bad. It was very acceptable. Now, it didn't really make me laugh. I'm not sure if it was supposed to really make me laugh or not. They do have their comedic moments in episode 1, but it isn't just all comedy or super focused on comedy. They do also have this underlying aspect of seriousness and a potential story building there. So the basic synopsis is that the hero's party defeats the Demon Lord in the first couple minutes, and then the Demon Lord vows revenge and such when he resurrects in the future. And then you skip forward 10 years, and the Demon Lord resurrects as a very sort of small, chibi-esque, weak Demon Lord, as he woke up early to get his revenge on Max the hero. But then he does find out that Max the hero is no longer really the hero. He is just a bum living in a random Tokyo apartment, living in his own shit, basically, and being a shadow of his former self. And that's basically the plot and what this entire show will be about. So, what can they really do with that? So far, they are trying to mix these two elements of comedy on one side, and then sort of like a more underlying, moralistic message or storyline on the other side. So, the humor in this first episode, it was like, yeah, it was okay. For example, when Max the hero knocks out the Demon Lord in the middle of the episode, throws him in the closet, because why not? And then when the Demon Lord wakes up and opens the closet door, he finds Max basically jerking off to porn. It's like, okay, dude, okay, why not? And it's like, those sort of moments is like not something you really see in any other anime, I feel like. But it's, it definitely hits different. I wouldn't say it's hilarious, but it's definitely, it gets you smirking a bit, at least, and it is somewhat funny. But for me, it might not be my exact type of humor, but I am enjoying the underlying potential storyline and where it might progress as the season continues. Outside of the humoristic and comedy aspects, I do also have some cultured shots with the camera there. Definitely on the secretary in the beginning of the episode. They do have some very interesting angles on those shots, focusing on her backside and her front side, and okay, so sure, okay. I guess we got some minor ecchi moments here. I'm all for it. But yeah, the more interesting point to me, an interesting part of the story and potential of this anime to me, is this underlying potential for a sort of rise back to fame. No, not fame, but sort of rising back up to one's potential. As I do find it interesting that, the hero explains that once he defeated the Demon Lord, he was basically just cast aside by society, right? No one needed him anymore, and therefore just cast him aside. And more than not just being needed, he was seen more as a nuisance, right? As no one really wanted him in the world anymore after he had done his job, so to speak. And he was just thrown away to the side, and he let himself just succumb to being a bum and letting himself go and sort of letting go of his old ideals and being corrupted by the world and what he's seen and how the world has treated him the past decade. So that is interesting to me, how they might make a story out of that, of sort of being beaten down, knocked down, feeling like you have no purpose left in the world, but then slowly finding a new purpose or regaining your purpose, or how they might actually work towards giving Max the hero a sense of purpose again, and how he might regain what he had previously lost. If they actually focus a good amount on that in the first season, I think that can be a pretty entertaining and worthwhile story to tell. So hopefully they actually do that and don't just gloss over it, which it doesn't look like they are doing, because they did spend a decent portion of episode 1 sort of going on these story points. Another quick thing though on the comedy section that I actually found a bit entertaining there was when the Demon Lord goes on the computer, because apparently even though the hero party used magic and swords and stuff, and as you would in like a normal fantasy anime, apparently they just live in modern day Tokyo basically. So the Demon Lord goes on the laptop and goes on Google and searches Max the Hero, his name and such, and then finds this all the corporate press headlines. Max the Hero cheats on 10 females. Max the Hero in an affair. Max the Hero beats up on random people. Oh god, dude. Yep, that's the media. That it is. Got him. Those moments I do enjoy. I did find those entertaining. Yeah, back on the more serious points. If they actually focus on these more serious story aspects, including the aspect of, yeah, he admits that he hasn't seen his fellow companions, hero party members for years, and that he's sort of just over them, but I assume he's not really, he's just saying that, right? And that he's become estranged to his one's closest allies and friends. Maybe just spending a bit of time in the story to rekindle that and spend time on how you might be able to reconnect with long-lost friends and allies in life, and how no matter how long of a time you've been apart from someone, you can still sort of come back and rekindle lost friendships and lost connections. That can also be somewhat of an interesting storyline to focus on if they just go with everything they sort of mentioned somewhat in the first episode. My biggest issue with the episode and the show so far is that, number one, the art style, not really my type of thing. It's like, it's okay, but the art style does feel sort of dated, which I guess is on purpose, but I do prefer a more modern animation style than this. But it's okay, I can overlook that. But the other and my main biggest issue with the anime so far is just that I'm not quite sure what they are going for here. They have these comedic elements, and then sprinkle in these more serious underlying story elements. And I'm not sure if it wants to be like a more heavy comedy, or more of a, you can actually do something with the story here and actually try to create an interesting plotline and story and payoffs and such. It feels like it's very conflicted on what it wants to focus on more. Maybe that's just me, but I'm not seeing like a clear focus on which of those two they are trying to focus more on. I guess it might be a 50-50, but I'm not sure how they will sort of combine these two things together to make a cohesive, entertaining anime. As if they go more into the comedy, I might fall off because it's not really in my wheelhouse, personally. But if they go more into the story part of it and more into the exploring characters and motivations and just progressing the story and potential plotline, then I would probably be more interested in it again, because I think that can be quite interesting if they do it right. But yeah, I'm not quite sure yet. I mean, so far it's like a very decent, acceptable anime. Like, it has some points that I can enjoy, or I can at least see the potential of, but so far I am very unsure on whether this anime is going to be worth anyone's time, or my time moving forward. I'll have to see in the next couple episodes, which will also lead into my Is It Worth It video on this anime in a week or two time. So yeah, anyway, that'll be the end of this episode 1 review. Not quite sure in this anime, but it has some potential, potentially. That being said, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all those good things. I do deeply appreciate any support you want to give to this new channel here. New videos coming daily, so keep your eyes out for that. And I will see you all in the next video. Have a good day.